Well, it's finally here, the definitive version of the Yes album. Let's take a closer look, shall we? Welcome classic rock fans to an unboxing and review of the definitive version of the Yes album. This deluxe version will be out this Friday the 24th. And of course there will be a purchasing link just below this video. I certainly urge you to go and check this out. I think when you get yours and you listen to it, you will not be disappointed. So I think we'll take a closer look at the item itself and then we'll discuss what's actually on this. So we get a nice hardback book. It keeps it nice and sturdy and compact. A nice faithful reproduction of the sleeve. The colours are quite vibrant, I think. There's the spine. I don't know if that will pick up. And there's the rear of the set. The set includes disc 1 is the original album remastered. That's disc 1. Disc 2 is the Stephen Wilson 2014 remixes and instrumentals. Disc 3 is the rarities. Disc 4 in concert, which includes a concert from 1971 in Sweden, Gothenburg, Sweden, and live at the Yale Bowl, New Haven, Connecticut from July 1971. And then we get a Blu-ray, and the Blu-ray contains the Stephen Wilson Atmos mix, the Stephen Wilson 5.1 mix, and the stereo remaster. And so it opens up like that. Isn't that wonderful? What's particularly impressive is I really like the way the CDs are housed. That's nice and soft there. The discs are not being scratched by being put in quite abrasive sleeves. So the first disc is the actual Yes album. This is a new remaster. The second disc is the Stephen Wilson remixes and instrumentals. The third disc is the rarities. And the fourth disc is the in concert stuff. Picture of Bill Bruford there. These are, as I said, they're housed nicely within the set without being scratched in any way, and it even has what the disc is written above it there. We do get this sleeve here, which is inserted into the actual packaging, which comes out and contains the Blu-ray disc. Let's have a closer look at that. It is. As I've said, it contains the Stephen Wilson Atmos mix, the Stephen Wilson 5.1 mix, and a 2023 stereo remaster. And so the disc doesn't get scratched. It comes in a little sleeve like that inside the card sleeve, which I really, really appreciate. And there it is. That's the Blu-ray. So this sort of attention to detail and taking care of the discs and things like that, it really impresses me from the get-go. And the vinyl, we find the vinyl is housed in here. So there's the vinyl, which comes in a black polyline sleeve, which is fairly consistent with what we've seen so far. That's the reproduction of I believe that's the original Atlantic label. Wonderful stuff. Also in the same pocket as the vinyl, we get a record size booklet. Nice essay there, Building a Plane While Flying by Sid Schwartz. More text. So they don't make anything of this in the advertising for this album. The essay in this booklet's not even mentioned, and I think it should be. It's not a great booklet, it could have been bigger and better, I think, but... And that slots back in the same pocket as the vinyl. So now we've had a look at the packaging. My only quibbles are the pocket here for the vinyl and the booklet is a bit tight. You can imagine something getting torn eventually if you're not careful. And of course the Blu-ray is actually clipped in there to the sleeve. So in order to get it out, you've got to kind of bend it over to get it in. You can imagine these corners getting quite frayed over time as well if you're not careful. So I think that's this pocket should have been slightly bigger, quite frankly, and I'm not sure I think that's a great idea either for the actual Blu-ray. But overall I think the packaging is impressive. I love the way the discs are held in. I like the fact that they've actually put these things in polyline sleeves to protect them. You just have to be extra careful when you get this stuff out in order so you don't damage anything. So first of all, disc 1 is a remaster of the original album. This is one of the highlights of this set for me. I really enjoy this remaster. It's not a remix, it's just a slightly cleaned up version of the original recording. Believe it or not, I actually prefer that to the Steven Wilson mixes. And disc 2 is the Steven Wilson mixes from 2014. Steven Wilson tends to handle these things with kids' gloves in many respects. He tends to be very sympathetic to the original mix. And it's interesting, sometimes he pulls out or lifts little things here and there. So his mixes, I think, make for an interesting companion. But I think overall I prefer the original mix remastered. So the instrumentals are absolutely fascinating to hear. And yes, instrumentals are quite complex and quite intriguing anyway. How often you'll actually listen to the instrumentals is another matter, but that's fascinating anyway. And disc 3 is the rarities. Some fascinating stuff on there, but some of the stuff's been released before, if I'm not mistaken. The highlight of the disc 3 rarities is the early take of I've Seen All Good People. Yours Is No Disgrace, the alternate mix is quite interesting as well. So in terms of disc 4, the in-concert stuff, which is very much the highlight of this set, along with the remaster of the original album, in my opinion. The Sweden concert, it starts off with I've Seen All Good People. And John Anderson is very chatty, I think, on these sessions as well, which is quite interesting. But the start of I've Seen All Good People, you can't hear whatever it is that Steve Howe's playing. It seems to be lost, it wasn't picked up well enough. But that's certainly rectified when he plugs in his electric guitar. Fascinating to hear Astral Traveller as well. It's a great version of Astral Traveller on here. Because if I'm not mistaken, my memory serves me right, the actual original album version, there's a lot of studio phasing used. Of course, this is much cleaner and quite a more robust version. The Live at Yale Bowl, New Haven, Connecticut. Steve Howe is quite chatty during this concert again, which is quite interesting here. Quite youthful voices. Love the version of the clap here. I should say clap rather than the clap, and particularly the way it segues into classical gas, which is a wonderful, wonderful version. Seen All Good People is really crisp and clear with Steve Howe playing away on his soup stirrer. I can't really say anything about the 5.1 mixes or the Blu-ray because unfortunately I don't have 5.1 surround sound. But I'm sure if Steven Wilson has overseen it, it's going to be pretty damn good, I would have thought. Anyway, so there you have it. That's the Yes album. That's the deluxe, the definitive version. It's a fabulous set. My quibbles are fairly minor. Personally, I think if I was having doubts whether or not to purchase this after already having the Steven Wilson mix, after looking at this, I think, yeah, I would definitely want to own this set. So there we are. I'd like to say, first of all, I'd like to say thank you for watching, and do click like, subscribe and check that notification bell so you get notified of any future uploads. And I do a lot of unboxing videos of stuff just prior to its release. You get reviews and all sorts of things. Do share this video. Do share it. Other than that, I'll leave you with my closing salvo, which is, hope you're well, hope you're staying safe, and of course that you keep listening.